we got there. It tore through our unit in seconds.
My name is Darnell Murphy, and today I'll be joined by an actor that has quite literally become one with the game. Please welcome the Mortal Kombat and Supergirl actor, Mechad Brooks.
What's up? How are you?
I'm good, man. I just love the swagger and the comfort of your home. Like, big fan of that.
Oh man, I think your phone's, I think it's breaking up, but I think you said you're a big fan of the comfort and the swag of the home, I think.
Yep.
Which I appreciate. All right, cool, awesome.
Well, I have a few questions for you today, and first off, I gotta say, I'm glad you're here with us. I know there's a lot you have coming up soon, like to undersell it. And of course, for those who don't know, this is the Mortal Kombat movie. How has the reception been to this new one?
The amount of love and the response we've gotten from the trailer has been somewhat of like a quasi out-of-body experience for me. Like, it's been crazy. We got the news yesterday that we are the #1 red band trailer in history.
Really? Well, I mean, that's incredible, because I know, again, it's such an iconic game. Jax is an iconic video game character, especially because, I mean, he's a person of color, he's a black man. And so you see him coming with the metal arms, they're locked and loaded, and he throws down. So my question for you, like, as someone reprising this role, how has it been, how's your journey as a black male been in this industry? Yeah, I know.
How much time you got?
I mean, as much time as you'll give me, as much time as you'll give me.
Well, it's like this. I mean, like, as progressive as Hollywood is and can be, Hollywood's also in America, right? And we know there's no argument that America has a sordid past and a history that it has to come to terms with when it comes to race relations and racial hierarchy. And like I said, Hollywood's in America. And so in some ways it's a better industry to be in as a black man. And in some ways it's a tougher industry to be in as a black man. But you know, I've been very blessed. I've been very lucky. I've worked very hard. And I think, you know, every time you get an opportunity to shine, you know, you have to take that opportunity and dedicate your life to that opportunity while you're in that moment. And I think that's what being black in America teaches you, period, right? Yeah. And this is no different.
Well, I mean, I just even going through like your history of what you've done. I know you've been acting since 2002. I saw online that you initially got offers to be an athlete from a lot of Ivy League schools, and you turned those down to go to USC and pursue acting. And obviously, I mean, you have the #1 red band trailer like in history. So clearly you're on the right track and you're making the right moves. Your place looks dope, your outfit looks tight. Like, how does that feel? Like, do you have any, like, how does that feel to like be in a position to where you are paving the way for future generations? It's like, do you feel that responsibility at times?
You know, at certain points in times, I have felt that responsibility. I felt that weight. I've seen things change in a really positive way in Hollywood, and I've also things change in ways that I think we're digressing when it comes to representation that we have as African Americans in Hollywood. And so, you know, there was a moment in time when everybody thought that black actors didn't matter and that we could just hire any rapper. There's all these ups and downs and hills and valleys and peaks and canyons that you go through as a person who's trying to achieve their dreams. And then there are these moments that happen with like our societal or cultural wind blowing a certain direction, in which if you don't fit like the mold of what people think is black, or the blackness that I like my blacks to be this way, then maybe you're not gonna get that role, or maybe you're not gonna be looked at, or maybe you're not gonna be you know, seen as the appropriate vanguard for. That we're now in a situation where people are realizing that we're not monolithic, that we're not a homogenized group of people, that we don't all come from the same place. We don't all have the same experiences. And to quote Amanda Seales, every black experience in America is a black experience in America. And I don't know if I've helped open those doors. I don't know if I've minimized those doors, but I'm just doing the best that I can.
Well, I mean, I think you've done a great job. I mean, like, I took a look. You're on Supergirl.
Oh,
So,
thank
like,
you.
you know, for the people growing up watching this, you know, watching first off, you know, a female superhero and like lead her own
Yeah.
show, and like you're part of that. Like, you're part of the Arrowverse. Like, that's a fact. You're also like posed to be in one of the most successful video game adaptations ever. That is beloved. Like, you're there. Like, again, you're already breaking history. So like the proof is in the pudding. And so like, you know, that it's incredible you're able to do that and somehow stay yourself. Like, what is the secret to that? To being Mechad? How do you do it? So I can kind of copy a little bit. I can't rock the mustache. It's good.
Yeah, like life is reeled back, taking a running start and just kicked me dead in the nuts several times. And so no matter how like just boom, like
Well, I mean,
like that.
well, now you're in Mortal Kombat, so
So-
you're kicking back. So
it doesn't matter. You know, there's times in my career where I like, okay, well, this is it. Nah. Okay, well, this is it. Nah. To basically take everything in stride, be humble about what's on my plate or whatever the case is, because humility is the highest order of the knighthood. So being truly humble means that you have had to have so much courage to look inside yourself that you relinquish any attachment to the power that you think you have.
damn. I mean,
Is to be humble.
that's well said.
And so like that, I kind of live my life from that perspective. Thank you, man. I mean, listen, you get kicked in the balls enough by life, you'll get there.
I mean, again, like right now, you fighting
That's just
back,
what it is.
and like you're on
That's what it
top. So I mean, clearly life has got nothing against Jax, and I'm gonna keep that in mind next time I'm playing Mortal Kombat. I'm like, first off, my character, he's a fighter. First off, all right, y'all don't know about this guy, but I mean,
Yeah, bro.
that's really incredible, man. And like,
Yeah.
it's great to be able to even look through, like as I'm doing my research, to be like, man, like he has persevered. Like I saw back in 2006, you were in Glory Road. I remember watching that. And of course, the time, you know, I'm just watching the movie and I'm learning for the first time. And like, you got to vicariously live that role. And here you are in 2021 in America, and you are, again, setting strides and moving the needle forward just a little bit more. And for that, like, that's phenomenal. Like, again, words cannot express that. Did anyone help you get to this point? Like, who were your inspirations? Who were your models in this?
I would say my inspirations and my mirrors. I try to mirror myself after people. Those have changed throughout time as I've gotten older and as I've gotten to know myself better. Those inspirations have changed, but those have been like Will Smith. Those have been George Clooney and Clint Eastwood. Those have been Harrison Ford. Those have been Barack Obama, Nelson Mandela. You know, and in particular, my parents. You know, it really like my parents. I'm very blessed. I'm very lucky that I grew up in a house where, you know, you had to cite your sources, right?
Yeah.
If you're having an argument, you had to cite your sources. My mom's a journalist. My dad's an attorney.
Oh,
There's like, yeah, man. The dinner time in my house was like trying to speak on the Senate floor, right? You had to have your shit together, and and it was, you know, it was training through fire, and there was so much passion about social justice in my house growing up that I understood that we were very, you know, I didn't grow up rich, but I understood that my parents worked really, really hard and fought through odds to get us into a certain place where we didn't want for things. We weren't rich, but we didn't want for things. And I was able to take that torch and go, okay, I see what you guys have done against all odds. And whether I want the responsibility of carrying that, I have to, I'm going to. And so as I've gotten older later in life, you know, my role models sometimes are like people like you, Darnell. Is to know that you're gonna carry the torch. You're gonna carry the torch. And my little cousin, who's I can carry it in a different way now, because I saw what y'all did this summer.
Wise words. Damn. I got.
So you guys are my heroes too.
Oof, man. I mean,
you guys are my heroes. It's, you know what it is? And so our generation, I think, was the first generation that was product of people who did not want to appease white privilege and refused to do so. And then we took on this other we stepped into these shoes of carrying Black like me. We were supposed to fit into this new box that we held each other to with this litmus test of our own sociological structure. And that structure was taught to us by people who hated us. So my heroes are the ones that are being born into a world that is so free that they don't even know they have, that there was a time when their grandparents needed to appease white privilege, or a time when their fathers and mothers carried Black burden unnecessarily. And so I think we're getting into a place where I'm excited to be alive. I'm happy that these changes are coming. And so, yeah, Darnell, you're my hero. I learn from everybody. I'm a student. I learn from everybody, man. You can learn something from everybody. So I've learned something from actors in positions that I'd like to be in one day. And I've learned things from actors who, who are very, very talented, but never really had commercial success. I've learned things from Fred Hampton. I've learned things from Malcolm X. I've learned things from George Bush. I've learned, like, you don't even have to completely respect the person that you're learning from. I learned from Donald Trump. I don't like him. Don't like 95% of the stuff he does, but I learned from him. And that's I think that's what separates those that are using life as its own sort of tool, or life using you.
I'll be watching this later. I'm like, man, like, ooh, I'm getting the chills again. I'm trying to keep my composure for camera, but it's a damn good answer. It's a damn good answer. And I mean, I can see, like, this,
thanks, brother.
The kitchen table, Senate floor, mind at work. I'm like, okay, like, clearly this dude was on it. I mean, thank you so much. I mean, again, like, thank you so much for being on. I just know that, like, being a young Black male, when I was growing up, the heroes we had were like Black Lightning, we had Static Shock, probably another Black character with lightning powers. Mm-hmm. But like, you were Guardian, like, that is a role you've played. You're Jax also. And like, different kinds of superpowers, but still a character I can look up to in the games I'm playing, now in the media I'm watching, and even in the history that we're chronicling in Glory Roads, you've been there. And I think it's phenomenal. You had an opportunity to pursue like the traditional like athlete route, but instead you carved your own path, and it got you to where you're at today. Allow me the privilege to have you on stage and talk to you. And so for that, thank you so much. Thank you for taking the time to be on here. I mean,
I'm very thankful.
I mean, I have no.
Brother, I really appreciate the interest in me, and go on.
No, I'm speechless. I got nothing else to say.
I was just gonna say that, like, we're coming into a new era, man. It's a new day, and I think we're gonna see a lot more Black superheroes, and not have to deal with the fact that they're Black.
Oh shit, man.
They're just superheroes who happen to look like you, bro. And that's fucking awesome. That's great. That's where we're at.
I love it.
That's where we're at.
I love it, man. Well, thank you.
Thank
you so much for joining me, ladies and gentlemen. That's Mechad Brooks. Fantastic. If you haven't already, when you get the chance, go watch Mortal Kombat. If you're playing the game, don't let my dude Jax die. Thank you so much.
Yeah, come on.
Yeah. All right, well, guys, we'll have more guests throughout the month as we continue our celebration of Black History Month. In the meantime, head on over to the VENN Download channel, and please be sure to like and subscribe to get more great content like this. And of course, stay awesome.